Do this. Cool. Here we go. Guys, thank you very much for jumping on here. Hope you guys are having a good start to your week here. My name is Jeff Morrell, and my wife Lane and I, we are in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Just to tell you a little bit about ourselves, been doing real estate for a long time. Started with my father-in-law back in 1999 in real estate development. Switched over to residential real estate sales in January 2002. And wanted my wife to be home with the kids. We have two daughters. They were 6 and 3 at the time. But here I'm going from a salary with my father-in-law to a straight commission. So it's do or die time. You know, I jumped into it hard and heavy right there at the beginning. Got plugged in with Craig Proctor. I don't know if you guys know Craig Proctor. He's a RE/MAX agent out of Toronto. Jumped into his, went to a seminar of his, jumped into one of his coaching programs. And it worked for me. I mean, I think they all work if you work them. Most people just don't work them. I really worked it. And within 2.5 years, we were in the top 20 in town here with our real estate business. My wife went and got her license back in January 2005. And then we started building a team. We went to Keller Williams, and we were building a team there for about 4 years. We had the #1 Keller Williams team in town. We were selling about 160, 170 homes a year. My wife and I, and a couple, 2-3 other agents working with us, a couple assistants. We ended up leaving Keller Williams back in either 2009 or 2010, somewhere in there. Great company. We never knocked the company, any company out there. You know, it was great while we were there. I just wasn't using any of their stuff. You know, I went from paying $21,000 a year, essentially for a red business card. You know, they got great systems, but I had my own systems. And went to a local company here in town called Masters Real Estate Group, which became Cherry Creek, which became HomeSmart. Same company. I was there for about 9 years. Really 100% company, you know, paying $50 a month and $200 a deal, that kind of stuff, whatever. I was there until about a year ago. A friend of mine down in Dallas, Sean Sturrock, reached out to me. Sean, I've known Sean. We were, you know, we're business partners actually in another business venture we've been doing for a long time. Sean reached out to me. He went and got his license as an investor to do fix and flip, save money on the commissions. And when he did that, he called a guy, Rob Flick. Well, Rob, I've known Rob since my days in Keller Williams. I remember hearing Rob speak at some of their conferences. Rob lives in Scottsdale and pretty much built the western half of the United States with Keller Williams' profit share model. You know, I heard Rob speak at some of their conferences, different things. You know, Rob retired out of real estate back in 2002. And to this day, Rob is like number 13 or 14 in Keller Williams with that profit share model, making $250,000 to $300,000 a year. So Sean reached out to Rob, you know, hey, Rob, I got my license. I know you're not doing real estate anymore. If you were me, can you give me some direction? You know, Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker, RE/MAX, like, what would you do? And Rob basically said, well, just so you know, I'm back in real estate. Have you ever heard of this company, eXp? You know, Sean had never heard of that. Rob ends up showing him a video. Sean ends up joining the company. So Sean reached out to me last January, a year ago, and told me that story. Well, I'm not going to make a move. I'm, you know, at 100% company. You know, doing great with our real estate, whatever. But it's Sean, it's Rob. I know these guys. I'm like, I'm always open to looking. Sure, send me your video. Guys, I was blown away. I've never seen anything like this before. One of the things that happened is I started digging in, doing my due diligence on this company. I'm like, wait a minute, like I know all these guys. Like, you know, probably about 80% of these guys I was in that coaching program with Craig Proctor, they've all made the move. I'm talking like some of the top agents in the country. I mean, these guys making $1 million a year in commissions, and you know, team leaders of 200 and 300 people in a team. I mean, big broker owners and stuff, all part of Craig's program. Probably 80% of them that I know have made the move over here to eXp. There's this couple, Jeff and Marcy Wilhelms, #1 RE/MAX broker owners in the state of Arizona. I've known them since probably, you know, for probably 15 years now. 2 years ago, they write a check to RE/MAX for $76,000 to break their franchise agreement 2 years early, brought their entire brokerage over here to eXp. Like, who does that? Got my attention. Jay Kinder. I've known Jay since 2002. Very first Proctor conference I went to. #2 Coldwell Banker agent in the world. Monster business. Leaves Coldwell Banker, brings his whole team over here to eXp. Okay, so guys, I can tell you 30 stories like this. So we want to share with you, I know the person got you on this webinar, they're just excited to share this with you, give you the information. Our goal is to help you evaluate this for yourself. If it's a fit, great. If it's not, great. Either way is fine. We're not here to push you or convince you why you need to make a move. It's got to be right for you, and we understand that. But we appreciate your time looking. I will tell you, it's definitely worth the next 20, 25 minutes here to really just see all the ins and outs and numbers of how eXp works. Okay, so let me dig into it. The founder of our company, Glenn Sanford. Glenn's been doing real estate for a long time. He was a technology guy at KW. He's a realtor. Had a team. They were doing about 60 million a year in volume, so big producers. His whole idea in starting eXp 9 years ago was the fact that, look, who makes all the money in real estate? The broker owners. Who's helping them make all the money? All the agents running out there, 7 days a week, 80 hours a week, right? So he wanted to get more money into the agent's hands, bottom line. So, again, 9-year-old company. We're not a startup by any means. It's very established at this point. 2014, we launched into Canada, which I want to hit that, but also the fact that several months ago at our convention, the big talk there was international. We're getting ready to go into the English-speaking countries first. I think we'll be around the world here in the next few years. I mean, Coldwell Banker, I believe, is in 80 countries. Keller Williams is in 31, last I heard. I think we'll be in every bit as many or more. One of the things that's nice about this, you can build an international team, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. So, big things happening, guys. Well, my wife and I made the move last February. There were 400 agents total that joined eXp that month. It's just exploded ever since. I mean, well over 1,000 agents a month right now coming in. I just heard yesterday we just crossed the 18,000 agent mark. So I need to update this slide. We more than doubled in size last year. Let me say this, guys. Keller Williams, biggest company out there in terms of number of agents, right? Last I heard, 168,000. It took them 18 years to get to 10,000 agents. Guys, we're 9 years old at 18,000. Fastest growing brokerage in the history of real estate. That's what you're looking at right now. That's who we are. Okay. Technology changing everything. Netflix wiped out Blockbuster. From what I hear, there's one left in somewhere in Bend, Oregon, I think. If you still have your Blockbuster card, you might want to hang on to that. Probably make some money off of that someday. An antique. Amazon changing the way we buy everything. And think about this with real estate, guys. When was the last time a buyer or seller actually walked into a brick and mortar office looking for a realtor to help them buy or sell a house? It doesn't happen anymore, guys. eXp, I think we're changing the way real estate is going to happen. So our business model, one brokerage, not a franchise. There's no franchise fees with this, okay? You'll see, I'm going to kind of break all this down as we go, so I'm not going to land on this slide here. 4 big differences with the company. The first one is the fact that we're cloud-based. We're a virtual company, okay? So you go into what's called eXp World. You log in through your phone, your tablet, your laptop. You create an avatar, and you get all your business done with your real estate. Every question, everything that you would do in a traditional brick and mortar office can be done in the cloud with eXp World. Now, the biggest factor with this is the fact that we have no brick and mortar costs, okay? So last year, I was reading this in Inman News, I think it was like November, December last year, Keller Williams spent $750 million on brick and mortar. I have no idea on RE/MAX, Coldwell Banker, all these other companies, but guys, we have zero costs like that. Okay, we're all virtual. So here's hundreds of millions of dollars we can put back into the company in terms of technology, leads, but also in the way we pay our agents, okay, which you'll see here in just a few minutes. But you can work from anywhere, anytime. A lot of us work from home anyway. I haven't been in a traditional office, I think, since my days at Keller Williams 9-10 years ago. We do all our work now, of course, at Starbucks and all these other places. Let me just say this. If you needed a conference room or a place to meet a client, you can always go to Regis Business Suites. They're all over the country. I know we have 2 right here in Colorado Springs. We have access to those anytime for free. We have a contract with them, so you can use a conference room or go in there and make calls or whatever. But all these different departments, you go into the transaction department. You got a closing on Friday that you have a question about. You're sitting across the table from another avatar, okay? One of our employees, 300 employees in there. They're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mountain Time, where I'm at. And you get your question answered. You're on live with them, talking through the computer. You're not chatting, you can do that, but you actually talk, hey, Joe, what can we do for you? And they're there to answer your questions, okay? All kinds of meeting rooms. Guys, after about 5 minutes, you don't even think about the fact that you're in a virtual office. It's phenomenal. One of the best parts about this is the training that goes with it. I think it's great for brand new agents. I think it's great for agents that have been around for 10 years that want to take their business to another level. Best training I personally have seen in 18 years now of doing real estate, because we're getting the best of the best from not just your local market where you are right now, which you can still go to those trainings, but you're getting the best of the best from all across the country and soon to be around the world as we go international, okay? Guys, the number 1 and number 2 agents in over 30 states have either left their brokerages or brought their brokerages and teams over here to eXp. And they're getting in here every week doing training. Over 35 hours a week right now, for the most part, of live training with a goal of 120 hours a week by the end of this year, okay? Not eXp training, training on how to build a team, how to hire your first assistant, how to get more listings, how to do social media marketing, how to price the homes better, how to stage the homes, I mean, all kinds, everything you can think of about real estate, okay? And you're getting it from the best of the best across the country. We record all the training, so let's say there's a class Thursday morning at 9 o'clock you really want to sit in on, but you have an appointment. You can watch it Thursday afternoon. You can watch it Sunday afternoon. You can watch it Monday night, whenever. It's all, we're creating this archive of the best training. So phenomenal, best training I've ever seen in all my years in real estate. So that's the first piece. The fact that we're cloud-based. The second piece of this is the technology and the lead. So everything is tracked online, through eXp Solutions, your entire business, your commissions, your caps, your stock. We'll talk about that in a second. You can track all that through eXp Enterprise. You can use any contract system you want. My wife and I, we personally use CTME contracts. We upload those through SkySlope. It keeps an ongoing record of all your files, all your deals. You can keep those for years. If you ever need to go back to those down the road, SkySlope works great. Any agent out there could buy into SkySlope, but this is included as a realtor here at eXp. Workplace by Facebook. I don't know if you've been on this or not, but I love Workplace. It looks just like Facebook. It's run by Facebook. All these different state groups, city groups, referral groups, technology groups, leaders in real estate group, like all kinds of stuff. The company's putting out announcements throughout the day on here. They're doing live videos and trainings on here. It's a great way for the company to just network with each other. The collaboration going on here, seriously, for me personally, is beyond anything I've ever seen in all my years of doing real estate. It is amazing. The way everybody's working together. And a lot of that's happening right here through Workplace. We actually have a deal under contract right now, closing here in about 2 weeks, that is a referral that came from Workplace. You get your own CRM and your own website, a WordPress website that you can, of course, you blog on there. You can customize that. You can get all your listings on there, whatever. Everybody has access to that. But you also get this, KV Core. Now, let me say this, guys. For about 12 years, I used a company called Boomtown. A lot of you probably heard of Boomtown. They're based out of North Carolina. It's an IDX system. So it would attach to our local MLS. We had this great looking website. All of the listings in town are on there. They would run Google pay-per-click ads, Facebook ads, that kind of stuff, drive traffic to our site. We get all these leads, right? Then we would round robin those out to our team and then get them on drip campaigns, buyer, seller, 3-month, 6-month, 12-month campaigns, whatever, to win them over as clients, right? Well, conversion came along a few years ago. It's now called KV Core. It's an identical type of system. Now, for anybody outside of eXp to set this up, it's $1,000 one time to set it up, and then $500 a month base price to run it. Okay. Every agent who joins eXp, there's no setup fee, and you get this for $50 a month. So, guys, I was able to shut off Boomtown. Went from paying 24 grand a year to paying $600 a year for what, in my opinion, has become a better system. The campaigns in here are phenomenal. You can put your whole database in here. Again, it's your database. It's not eXp's database. All your leads that come in, they're your leads. If you ever decide to leave, those go with you. We're not going to keep them. The campaigns are phenomenal. This thing works amazingly well. I've got a guy here in town, Chad. He's got 120 leads over the last 4 months. He's got 2 he's working with right now, 1 under contract. They're warm leads. They've checked the leads to make sure that they're valid. What am I thinking the term? I forget. They're scrub leads. So you got a good email address. You got a good phone number, whatever. These aren't just junk leads that are coming to you. Phenomenal system. So that's the second piece, right? The third piece of this is the fact that we're an agent-owned company, all right? So when you join eXp, you become a shareholder with the company. Now, we've heard the stories when the company first started 9 years ago, the stock, 30 cents a share, 50 cents a share, that kind of stuff. About 2 years ago, it was $3 a share. When my wife and I made the move last February, it was $11 a share. It pretty much hung between $11 and $18 last year for the most part. It's down right now. All the real estate stocks are down right now, which is actually good. The lower, the better. And you'll see why here in just a minute. And I want to say this. Last May, eXp got uplisted to the NASDAQ. And I had no idea, guys, how huge that is. 37 companies nationwide out of hundreds that applied got uplisted to the NASDAQ. There's a huge audit. All the financials have to be in place. I mean, they check these companies big time before they ever allow that to happen. And we were one of the 37 companies last year to get uplisted. In fact, about a month ago, a lot of our top leaders and our founders and stuff, Glenn was there ringing the closing bell on the NASDAQ, which was pretty fun to watch. So anyway, here's how this works. You have your first closing at eXp, you're rewarded a bonus of $200 worth of company stock. All right, you cap, it's an 80-20 commission split with a $16,000 cap. In our market, 6 to 8 deals, might vary in yours depending on the average price of the homes that you're selling. But when you cap, you've given $16,000 to eXp, right? You get another bonus of $400 worth of company stock. If you refer an agent to eXp, which agents want to hear about this, guys. I'm telling you, agent ownership with the stock, better training than they've ever experienced, more leads at a fraction of the price with KB Core. It's an easy thing to share. You get them on a webinar. You take them to a lunch presentation. You get them to watch a YouTube video. There's lots of ways to share eXp with them, and we will help you do that, right? They join eXp. They have their first closing. You get a bonus of $400 worth of company stock. No limit to the number of agents you can refer. If you refer 10 agents over the next couple of years, you're going to have $4,000 worth of stock. All right. Now, let's say you cap, okay, 16,000 plus 20 deals. You become what's called an icon agent. You're a big producer. The company rewards you by giving you all 16,000 that you gave in that split. They turn right around and give you $16,000 worth of company stock. Guys, how huge is that? Think about that. How much is it costing you to be at eXp at that point? You're over 100% right there. They're actually paying you to be here with these other bonuses you get and stuff. Pretty amazing. And then you can do this. You can opt in or out of this. You don't have to do it. I don't know any agent who isn't, but it's optional. You can take 5% of your commission checks and buy stock at a 20% discount. So guys, think about this. You have a week ago, 2 weeks ago today, my wife and I had a closing, $8,000 commission check. You know, $400 goes away. I don't even know it's gone. Whatever. We're already 20% ahead because we're buying that stock at the discount. We do that with every one of our closings now. So it's awesome the way that works, guys. I want to share this. I went down to Dallas about, I don't know, 7-8 months ago. Spent a couple days down there with Sean, who shared eXp with me, just to understand this a little bit better, wrap my head around a little bit more. And while I was there, I had lunch with the lady, Sherry Elliott. Now, Sherry's been doing real estate for about 20 years. Big producer. She's got a team, like 4 or 5 agents working with her. They're doing about $30 million a year in volume, so big producers, icon agents. 2 years she's been with eXp. She got her $16,000 back both years. She's buying stock with all of her closings. She shared with me that about a month before we had lunch, her stock had just crossed $1 million. And she's like, look, that's $1 million worth of stock I wouldn't have if I just stayed where I was. So guys, I love this piece of it. It's like we're building a 401k next to our real estate that realtors have never had before, okay? Think about this. I was with a realtor here a couple of weeks ago, Kelly, and I was showing her this. She's a realtor here in Colorado Springs where I'm at. And I asked her, I said, how much did you do last year? She said, well, I did $8 million. I said, okay, let's say you come over here to eXp and you keep doing exactly what you've been doing. Nothing changes. Okay, now you're getting more leads through KB Core. You're getting better training, right? But business as usual. You do your 8 million this year. You do your 8 million next year. If the stock keeps doing what it's doing in comparison to Sherry, right? Doing 30 million a year, you're probably sitting on somewhere between $250,000 and $300,000 worth of stock. Okay, I mean, I love this piece of it, guys. Like, let's say, you know, real estate tends to be like this, right? Good months, bad months. You know, several closings 1 month, several months without a closing. Well, you know, what if we could now even this out because you got a backup plan with the stock, right? You have a big year this year and you want to take December off, man. You just shut it all off and enjoy the holidays, enjoy your family, whatever. You've got an option here. You can sell some stock if you need to live on, or you have, you know, a couple of months in a row with no closings and things are getting tight and you're not sure what to do. You got a backup plan here. Guys, do this for the next several years. Now it's stock, you can do anything. We understand that, right? But again, right now with what it's been doing, you know, over the next several years, watch what's going to happen. So pretty crazy, guys, the way this works. It's just a great side bonus, a second stream of income here at eXp. So those three things are why most people coming over here: better training than we've ever experienced, more leads at a fraction of the price, and stock bonuses. You know, agent ownership. So the way it works, it's $149. That's a one-time fee to set up over here. $50 a month for KB Core for the leads, $35 a month for the training. So $85 a month, that's the monthly bill at eXp. A $25 broker review fee per transaction that comes out of the commission at the end of closing, okay? You can write that into the deal. A lot of people do get the buyer seller to pay for it, an admin fee or transaction fee. A $40 E&O fee per transaction, capping at $500. It's a $2 million policy that we got. Now, everybody's covered by E&O, but you're not going to get hit with a big bill next December, okay? It just comes out of your closing, $40 per check. Once you cap at $500, that goes away. That's $500 total per agent, or for a couple if you come in together, a husband and wife team, okay? And one commission split, one cap as a team as well. 80-20 commission split, right? $16,000 cap, like we mentioned before. Cap plus 20 deals, you get all $16,000 back in the form of stock. And once you do cap, you go to 100% for the rest of the anniversary year that you're here. So guys, that's why people are moving here. You know, that's what's happening. 90-95% of the agents are coming over for those three things. Now, there's one last piece to this, completely optional. You don't have to do this. There's about 5 to 10% of the agents are reaching out to other agents. We will reward you for helping us build eXp if you want to, okay? A third stream of income if you choose, completely optional. Every company out there will reward you in some way. We have a RE/MAX company in town. I've got an agent, actually, she's on this webinar. I see her. You know, she joined us, came from this RE/MAX office. I know the owner of that RE/MAX will take $300 off next month's bill, okay, the monthly bill at the RE/MAX, if you refer an agent in to the company. You know, there are, you know, whatever. Keller Williams has their profit share model. Equity, I think it's like $500 transaction fee per deal. If you refer 10 agents, it drops to like 200 or 250, something like that, whatever. Every company will reward you in some way if you help them build the company. Well, Glenn, when he started eXp, he brought that profit share model over here, identical to a T, but it's revenue share, not profit share. Here's the difference. When I was at Keller Williams, you know, I was never into recruiting agents. I never did that. Here's what I did not like about that profit share model personally, was the fact that the broker owner of that office completely controls the profit. So let's say July is the biggest month of the year, and they decide, you know, let's buy new furniture for the lobby here of our office. Let's buy 8 new computers for workstations, update those. Let's throw a big company barbecue, invite all of our clients. Here's what's left. There's the profit. That's what gets shared. It comes off the back end. Well, here at eXp, it comes off the front end. It's revenue share. So here's how this works. You refer an agent to eXp, and we help you do that, right? They have a closing. 80-20 split. Let's say it's a $10,000 check, $8,000 to the agent, $2,000 to eXp. Out of the $2,000 going to eXp, you get a percentage of that direct deposit into your bank account next month on the 22nd of the month. Up to $2,800 per year per agent that you personally refer, okay? So now let's say you bring an agent in, they're a capping agent, they bring in 8,000 or 16,000 eXp, you'll make 2,800 from that agent. Let's say they're a part-time agent, they do 4 or 5 deals, they bring in 8,000 eXp, you get 1,400 from that agent. It's all based on what they're giving to eXp, right? Now, some of these agents that you refer in, they know agents. They see the value in sharing this with agents, the training, the stock, the leads, right? So they reach out to agents. Well, if you refer 5 to 9 agents, you now get paid on the agents that they bring in. So in this example here, the first one that you referred, he referred 1. The third person you referred 2. Because you referred 5, you now get up to $3,200 per agent per year on tier 2, the agents they refer, right? And so on down 7 tiers. Now, understand this, every agent you personally refer is your tier 1. Whether you refer 1 or 100, doesn't matter. $2,800 per agent per year, up to that for the agents you refer. Every agent they refer is going to be on tier 2. The agents that they refer would be your tier 3, and so on. Now, if you add all this up right here, it adds up to $16,000. eXp can afford to give all $16,000 of that split back for two reasons. No brick and mortar cost, hundreds of millions of dollars we're not spending that every other company that I know of is spending. And number two, it's about 5 to 10% of the agents are reaching out to their agents. And out of those 5 to 10%, most of them are reaching out between 1 and 5 agents. So they unlocked these first couple tiers, tier 1 and tier 2. But if you look over here, if you refer to 10, you unlock tier 3, 15, tier 4, and so on down the line. Okay? So hypothetical, let's say you refer 5 agents. We help you do that. If they're all capping agents, that will pay you $14,000 over the next 12 months, $2,800 per agent. Let's say next year you don't refer anybody, but each of those 5 refer 5. If those 25 agents were capping agents, because you referred 5, you unlock tier 2 for $3,200 per agent, totaling out to $94,000 a year. Passive residual income. This is in addition to your own commissions, the deals you're currently doing. This is not counting the stock. It's a third stream of income here, right? So now here's the thing, guys. Not every agent's going to cap. Not every agent's going to half cap. A lot of part-time agents out there. Figure about $1,000 per agent per year as this builds. But in this example right here, that'd be an extra $30,000 a year. Would you take it? Heck yeah. Okay. It could be a few $100 a month extra, which you pay a couple bills. It could be whatever you want it to be as you continue to reach out to agents if you want to do this. Okay. Now let me ask you this: how much money would you have to have saved up in an interest-bearing account to make an extra $94,000 a year passive income, okay, off of the interest on that account? Guys, at 6% interest, which I don't know where you're going to find that right now, you'd have to save up $1,566,000 to earn $94,000 a year off of that. And guys, when I saw this, I'm like, okay, what's going to be easier for me to do? Reach out to a few agents, show them how they can make more money in their real estate, you know, get stock, agent ownership, better training, more leads, whatever, and help them share it with a few, or save up $1,566,000. Never going to happen, right? So, guys, go back to Rob, the guy, you know, Rob Flick, the guy that built Keller Williams, right? You know, like I said, you know, still making $250,000 to $300,000 a year. Rob made that part of his business plan, reaching out to agents back in the day, and by doing that consistently every week, a few hours a week, talking to agents about Keller Williams, he was able to walk away. Rob, when he joined eXp, you know, in January of 2016, his goal was to have 500 agents total in 3 years. All right. So here's what Rob actually did. He referred 4 his first month after he got off vacation, no more in March, 1 more in April for a total of 5. Now, because he referred 5, he got revenue share from 19 agents total, right? He unlocked tier 2 right here, 5 plus the 14. But look what happened. The 5 became 86. And talking to Rob, I was just with Rob a few weeks ago. I know Rob really well. He's like, yeah, I knew the 5. They were friends of mine. I know a few of the 14. I don't know hardly anybody down here. But those 14 reached out to 14. Those 14 reached out to 20 and so on. And it built 86. Guys, you never know who's going to do what with this, who's going to reach out to other agents, who they're going to share it with. Some will share it with broker owners of companies who come over. All kinds of stuff can happen with this. Now, he reached out to 7 more in May, no more in June, 22 at the end of his first 12 months in eXp. It grew to 700. His goal was 500 in 3 years. Now, what did I say a few minutes ago? Figure about $1,000 per agent per year as this builds. Guys, Rob is over 8,000 agents now. You know, just had his 3rd-year anniversary January of this year. Run those numbers. How crazy is that? He hadn't sold a house since 2002, okay? Now, Sean, who reached out to me, learning from Rob, his goal was to have 500 agents in 3 years also. Sean gets his license in March of 2017, joined eXp in April, referred 2 agents in April, 1 more in May, no more in June, 21 at the end of his first 12 months as a licensed realtor, okay? It grew to 463. Since then, Sean has brought in 10 more for a total of 31. This number is now over 950 1 year later. Guys, he just is now, April, celebrating his 2-year anniversary as a realtor. How crazy is that? He's only sold 6 houses since he's been a realtor. Got his license to do fix and flips. Doing very well, okay? So again, guys, figure out what this could do. The reviews on the company are phenomenal. When I saw, Real Estate Trends call us the Amazon of real estate, I'm like, wow, I'm in the right place. You're talking about the biggest company in the world, going to do $1 trillion this year, and we're being compared to them in the real estate industry. Guys, do not take that lightly. There's good and bad to everything, including eXp. It's not perfect, okay? Where you are right now isn't perfect. Nothing is perfect out there. But I will tell you, I cannot find the big holes in this. I've been here for a year now. It's amazing. You can see why the top agents are coming, and where the top agents go, everybody else follows. We are set to explode. Winning all kinds of awards, production here. It's all about the real estate. It's not about recruiting. You know, like I said, it's about 5 to 10% of the agents are reaching out if you want to do that piece of it, okay? Let me share a couple things, and then I'll let you go, okay? First call I made with this was to a friend of mine down in Dallas, Texas, Aaron Kim. We were in the same coaching class with Craig Proctor together. Aaron, big agent down there in Dallas. He was with KW. He started his own brokerage back in 2009. I reached out to Aaron. Aaron, you ever heard of eXp? It's about a year ago. Nope, never heard of it. If I sent you a video, would you watch it? Absolutely. Send me the video. Send it down to him. About a month later, he brought his whole brokerage, him plus 9 agents, over here to eXp. Guys, that one call that I made last year to Aaron paid me just about $30,000 last year, okay, the way it spread. I've now got a team. You know, think about this. I always had a team. I built a team here. I learned that through Craig, leveraged myself. But think about this. We were the #1 Keller Williams team here in Colorado Springs, but our team is totally dependent on this market right here. And when this market is moving, our team's moving. This market slows down, the team slows down, right? My income was based on Colorado Springs. Well, now it's not, because I have a team in Dallas, Texas. I've got a team in Toronto, Canada. I've got a team in Destin, Florida, Phoenix, LA, Indianapolis, right? That I revenue share from. These aren't all agents I personally reached out to. Some of the agents I've reached out to, they've reached out to other agents. We're building this international team, right? One other thing, think about this. Go to the Kelly, the lady I met a couple of weeks ago that did the 8 million in volume, right? When we were talking about the stock. I asked Kelly, I said, how big is the brokerage where you are right now? She said, a big company here in town, 306 agents. I said, okay. So here's the broker owner of that office who overrides 306 agents, which is great, okay? Think about this. Sean, celebrating his 2-year anniversary this month as a realtor, is now overriding over 950 agents in 37 states, 2 countries, soon to be multiple countries around the world, without the headaches of being a broker owner. Okay, let's face it, it's adult daycare sometimes. Okay, without the liability, Sean's not a broker owner. That all goes up to eXp without the overhead. It costs Sean $85 a month to be here, just like it does me, every other realtor at eXp. Is it costing the broker owner of that office here in town with 306 agents a little more than $85 a month to run that office? Oh my goodness, like tens of thousands of dollars, right? So guys, here's the thing, nothing wrong with that model. That's the traditional model. We've got something new here. You could be like a broker owner if you want to do that, you know, without the headaches, the cost, and the liability, okay? A third stream of income, in addition to your own commissions, in addition to the stock, we have 3 streams here. So think about this, guys. I always ask people, like, where do you want to be 5 years from now in your real estate? 2 answers I get. One is, you know, I want to be retired, I want to be done, or I want to be making more money. There's only one way to make more money in traditional real estate. You got to sell more houses, which means more contracts, more inspections, more headaches, more time, more hours away from your family, more weekends, all that stuff. Nothing wrong with that. But what if you could make more money, you know, that much money or more, and maybe you're now able 3 or 4 or 5 years from now, able to pick and choose. Maybe you do 1 deal a month, and you pick and choose who you want to work with. You refer the others out, whatever. Or you can still do your 50 deals a year if you want to. It's totally up to you what you do here. But guys, I think here we at least have some options. And that's what eXp can do for you. So get back to the person that got you on here. Let them know what you want to do. Let them know what questions you have. Dig in. You know, come to an event. Come to a lunch meeting there with the agent that brought you. You know, talk to people. Do your due diligence. I encourage everybody to take a picture of this. Go to these websites. Especially go to this one, join.exprealty.com. Go on there and fill out the application. It does not lock you into anything. They're going to ask you when you want to move your license. You could put on there December. It doesn't matter, okay? What it's going to do for you, though, is give you more info. A couple days from now, you'll get an email with the independent contractor agreement. I encourage you to read through that. Make sure everything I'm saying is correct, okay? Get your questions answered. Guys, we are on the front end of what I believe, without question, is going to be the absolute biggest wave to ever hit the real estate industry with eXp. It's already starting to happen. We have got the attention out there. There's a couple million realtors here across the country in the US. There's over 26 million real estate agents around the world, and we're getting ready to go international. Who's going to revenue share from, you know, the 1 million or 2 million realtors that join eXp over the next 10 years? the 5 to 10% that are reaching out to other agents, like the person got you on here. Guys, there's a huge opportunity here, not just with your real estate business, which you will do more of and do better at because what you're going to get, okay? But there's also this opportunity of building this company. Guys, I appreciate your time. Get your questions answered. We're doing this again Wednesday evening. We're doing it again Thursday afternoon. You can get more people on here. Get back to the person that got you on here. Do your due diligence. Dig into this. Don't miss what your friend just shared with you. I appreciate your time. Have a great week. We will talk to you soon. Hopefully we'll see you here at eXp. Okay? Have a great day. Bye-bye.